Hi there everybody, I'd like to welcome you to Disc 4, our final disc in Lost Odyssey. We are going to open up with some really epic cutscenes and dialogue here. Or, I guess not so much epic, but...
Hey.
We'll see Cook and Mac first.
What? Were you sleeping? When we passed out, I dreamed. I saw Mom in the Aurora. You were
So they're
there too.
referencing the Aurora back in Disc 3 when they had separated on the train.
I wanted to ask you about that.
And I guess they actually saw their
Maybe
mom,
we
so
really
it
were
wasn't
there.
completely useless that
Wait
they
a second. You mean
went
it wasn't
on
a
their own, I
dream?
guess, although it was a
Yeah.
huge pain in the ass.
Were we able to get to the Aurora? Well, Mom was there. So, it was like a dream. Yeah, it was like a dream. But it wasn't a dream. She thanked us for coming, didn't she? Yeah. She said she had something to tell us. And it was something for Kaim and Sarah. I think so. I wonder if they'll think we're crazy if we tell them what she said. Nah, I doubt that. They're not like that. Well, then let's tell them. Hey, wait, Mac. Let's just check and make sure we really saw her together. What? Oh, okay. Tell me what she said. Together, okay? 1, 2, thank you.
Oh, that's sweet.
And then she went on like she really
That's
wanted
very
to tell us
sweet.
something. Yeah, she did.
It might seem kind of creepy that Sarah's, like, watching them,
She said
but
she loved us.
I don't think so. I think Sarah has a very caring character, and she's kind of just looking out for Cook and Mac. And she's just very sweet.
We broke it when we were leaving Ura.
Gosh, she's more delicate than I thought.
Oh, Ma, don't go saying that.
So Sedge is going to tell us that we can't jump
60?
using the
That's just
boat.
sick. What? You got a problem with that?
Apparently
No,
Jansen has a
no, I think
problem
it's
with
really
him calling her
very
mama
endearing.
too.
Yes.
It's just
Where are
funny.
the kids?
Asleep. It appears they've seen Miram.
I see.
Gungora might not be there when we return to Ura.
And Seth probably filled them in about Gongora and Grandstaff,
When I was helping Ced, Gungora had boarded Grand Staff.
because he might not even be in Aura when we go back there, and she has a very good point. He could be anywhere since he pretty much has the ability to fly with
It
Grandstaff.
flew? That thing can fly?
I think we'd have a better chance of finding Gungora if we looked for Grand Staff, rather than returning to Ura.
So I guess our
What do
mission
you
is to
think,
look for
Kaim?
Grandstaff, because wherever Grandstaff is where
Yeah.
Gongora is going
If
to
we keep heading
be.
south, where does that put us?
The land of the Eastern Tribe.
Let's land and
But
take
we're
all
not going
supplies.
to
I might
the
be able to tweak
Grandstaff
Nautilus
just
for more
yet.
power, too.
We're actually going to another dungeon, although we just got out of a dungeon.
Can we find an underwater passage to an inland lake?
That's a great idea. Ced, set
And we'll be
course.
going there in a minute, but we're actually going to see some more
Aye, aye,
cutscenes, which are
man.
actually slightly more epic than the ones we just saw
You're still
with
captain of this ship, Ced.
Cook and Mac there a little while ago.
And yet you're still giving orders, Mama.
Kaim, Sarah, Seth. I remember everything. The Hall of Mirrors, 30 years ago.
And now that Ming remembers pretty much everything, it's going to flash back to the Hall of Mirrors, which is the link between the world that the Immortals were from and the world that they're currently in. So this is important, so I'm just going to stop talking so they can get this scene out of the way.
We can't stay here. We're not from this world.
Yeah, that much I remember.
When these mirrors give off light, a path links the two worlds.
I shall remain here.
They won't allow it.
Don't you feel the light?
Oh, I feel it.
Time has begun to flow again.
1,000 years was a long time.
And yet, those 1,000 years were very important.
A sleeping spell. That won't work.
You think? You don't understand. As long as we and these mirrors remain here, magic energy will increase in this world. This place shall soon be replete with that magic, and we will be able to access power stronger than any ever known.
To do what?
You will understand. So set your mind at rest. I won't kill you until then. Until then.
Alright, so
He killed Lirum.
that was kind of where it all began. They've been on this earth for 1,030 years, approximately. And it's pretty much only been in the last 30 years that Gungora's been a right fuckhead. And we'll get some audio log in a few episodes that's going to be very important to the actual development of the story. But we'll do that when that time comes. For the time being, you can see there's a bunch of glowing dots on the map, and those are all new areas. So we have a lot of places to explore. But for the meantime, we're going to head south to the Land of the Eastern Tribe, which is our next dungeon area. We need to upgrade the ship before we can go and find Grandstaff. So you have to give me a minute because I'm map challenged. Basically just going to ignore the hypercurrents with all the whirlwinds on it. You're going to drive right past that. And then there's a little inlet. You can see it. And then there's a glowing dot in the middle of it. Now what's cool, I think I've mentioned this before, is that said ship can fly. You can use it as a boat, and it's also a submarine. So when you get to this part, you're going to go underground because there's actually a little inlet you can go into, and then there's like a hole you can just drive right into, and then you can surface. And this is actually the area, so it takes a little bit of navigation to get here. But when you get through here, you can actually choose to land, and this is a new area for us. This is the Great Ancient Ruins. So let's go here and check this place out.
It's been a long time.
It certainly has.
You've been here before?
Yeah, I never thought I'd be back.
Yep, we need it again though.
Need what?
The power that comes from synergy with magic energy.
There is a technique to amplify the various powers that abound in nature. It uses a unique form of psychic energy by means of spells that have existed since ancient times. They say there is a stone.
So they're just going to
that the
explain to us
psychic
why
energy
it
bound
is
in.
exactly that
That's
why
what
we're
you mean,
here,
right?
and
You sure know
why
your
this
stuff.
place is
But I
important.
guess after 1,000 years, I mean, who wouldn't?
Hey.
Oh, Seth's so funny. Treating him like he's a little kid. It's pretty funny.
Moms are like that.
Wait, back up. So the treasure you're talking about is a stinking rock? There was plenty where we came from.
Yeah, there's a magic stone somewhere around here that binds the psychic energy of our ancient ancestors. I risked my life to get one a long time ago. That's what made the Nautilus more powerful than any other ship in the world.
Oh, well, that clears it up.
A waste of power.
And it's going to make our ship basically
What's the
indestructible
matter?
With the power
when we
of the
get
stone,
it.
the people here
So
flourished.
that's why we're here,
But this
obviously.
power also brought them
Can't
to
really
ruin.
continue on unless our ship
Yes.
is fixed, so...
The same thing is going to happen again.
This time, we'll see more changes. There is more magic energy now, and I think it's more sinister.
Alright, so now we're free to start. I strongly suggest saving. You only get 2 save areas in this game, or not in this game, in this part, right there and then halfway through the dungeon. Now you're free to use any character you'd like. We have a full party. We won't be getting any more party members, so it's totally up to you now. It's a total matter of preference on who it is you'd like to use. I'm going to put my usual Kaim and Seth back in the party, and I have to get some party members leveled up here. So I'm actually going to start with Tolton. Has a 3rd attacker. Now, the enemies in this area are difficult. They're very hard, and it can be very frustrating. It's a great place to level, though. You'll gain some levels pretty quickly from defeating them, but it's going to drain a lot of magic energy. It's going to drain a lot of HP, and you're going to be plagued with status effects. So for this area, when you're outside of the actual building itself, I suggest having like a thing to resist poison, because as you can see just from that one battle, you can see how my HP is. It's just from one battle I just took so much damage, and that's what I mean. Because even at level 50, this part of the game, from disc 4 on, it just gets really hard. So you'll see me even kind of freak out a little bit and get a little bit worried. But it's not, of course it's not impossible. And the areas, the enemies in this area change depending on where you are. So the enemies on the outside are going to be different than the enemies on the inside, and then when we get further in, etc. So for this area, I just suggest having something that will resist against poison, or else you're going to be in a whole world of hurt. Hopefully you've been using all of the accessories that you can on all your immortals, paying really good attention to cycle those out, because you can just change them in and out whenever you want a certain skill. Remember that you've also got a pretty good selection of slot seeds if you haven't been using those, as well as accessories that give your immortals more slots. So I say just jack up your immortal slots as much as you can and get those accessories going, especially for disc 4. You're really going to need it. Now those are the only 2 treasure chests out there. So now we're going to go into the actual temple itself. And this is where things kind of get a little bit interesting, to say in the very least. So I'm just going to show you the accessory I use for the poison. It's not really all that relevant now, because now that we're inside, it's going to be a little bit of a change up. But as you can see, I pretty much share all of my accessories. So you can see Seth has it now, Kaim already has it as a skill, and then I can throw it on one of my mortals whenever I'm finished with that. So now when you get to the astral square, if I would stop running into things, you can just continue on and go to this little platform on the side there, but don't, as soon as you go there, you're gonna have to continue on. So go here first and get the next seal, which is the second seal we've actually been able to unlock. Now that we have Tolton. And we get a golden gauntlet. So that's another accessory everyone can use, so thank you, Tolton. When you've gotten your seal, make sure to go back to that little platform I was telling you about. And this becomes kind of a puzzle. It's very simple, quite honestly, but this is the puzzle part of this dungeon, and these platforms are going to play a huge part. If not, they make the temple. So anytime you step on these, you go up or down or across, and they bring you to new areas. So let's see here. Now this area, it's not fuzzy for me, like I remember it for the most part, but I always try to be really thorough when I go through an area just to make sure I don't miss anything. And when you get to this one, you'll find out that Kaim's too far away to actually hit the switch. He can stand on it, but it's not going to move unless you hit the little orbs. So now this is where we play the split up game. We just got reunited with all our party members, but they're going to split us up again. Which I guess I don't mind it because they split you up into pretty generous teams. So you're gonna put Kaim on the plate, and you're going to press the right button to switch to Seth, and then you can fire Kaim right up. So the teams, you have Kaim, you've got Sarah, you've got Cook, and you've got Max. So just keep in mind you only have those 4 for the next little while when you're split up. Whenever you see the plates like this where they're not on the right track, you're going to want to ram them. You'll see these several times in the area, and you need to ram them to move on. So that'll allow Seth to move. But before you switch over, make sure to get this chest. I think that's it for Team Kaim, so let's switch over to Seth, and as you can see, that's where that block ended up. So this is a huge teamwork area, obviously. Split up and move things and go here and go there. I don't actually mind this area. The monsters are really tough and very annoying, especially if you get into an encounter with Team Kaim, because you have less powerful characters. Seth, of course, has Zed, Tolton, Ming, and Jansen, so that team's pretty much set. But, you know, it's good in a way that they split you up just to kind of give you a taste of how it feels to be without your preferred party members. I think a lot of other games kind of baby you with that ability to just keep whoever you want in at all times. So there's a big red seal, but I'm going to ignore that for now. And I'm going to see what else is over here before I... Okay, yeah, see? If I would have stepped on the seal and switched over, I wouldn't have got that platform. See what I mean? You gotta check every nook and cranny. This is a revisitable area, though. If you miss something, you can come back. And I think I missed one chest in here, and we'll be coming back for that later. I'm going to do a series of backtracking videos, because in Disc 4, it gives you the ability to go and back to cities and get stuff you might have missed. So I think it's that chest in the distance you can see that I missed. But anyways, I gotta find... What the hell did that platform go on? I gotta find it. Oh, it's right there. Haha, der. See what I mean? Sense of direction is just awful. Always will be. I don't think that's ever going to change about me. An hour, I think we're on the exact same floor that Seth is on. The idea is to get your party members all back together eventually. You split up, but you're eventually going for the same common goal, obviously, to get to the top and get that rock that's apparently powerful and mighty, and it's waiting for us. But you have to split up to get a lot of these treasures by working in a team. So I think that's it. I think we can go back up and meet up with Seth here. They're very easy puzzles. It's not hard once you figure it out, so, which is nice. So there we go. We actually met up with her. So have both your characters stand on the seal, and then talk to Seth, and you'll meet up again. And then the seal will actually change colors. And this will allow us to get to another floor of this temple, and that is going to have to wait for the next video. So I'll see you guys then, and thank you so much for watching.